You happy, Jeannie?
Oh, it's not quite like we're in the water, but yeah. It's a step closer. Hello, welcome back. My name is Aladino, and together with my wife Maya, we are refitting a Cape George Cutter 36. This is a big episode. We are finally going to remove the shed that is currently covering our boat. It's been a busy few months getting all the work done to waterproof the boat so that it is ready to uncover it now. Being out in the open will allow us to hire a crane and in the coming months put in the engine and the mast. I'm pretty excited to stand back once the boat is out and have a look at it from further away. We didn't really get to do that except when the boat was ready for transportation from the States up to here. But it was in such an incomplete stage that I'm excited to see it now. See the shear line and the cabin top with the eyebrow. It's going to be a cool new perspective. And to make that view even more exciting, we're going to do one more thing before taking the shed down. And that is bringing some shine back to our old, oxidized, crusty hull. I think it has been polished for sure, but then it also sat for over 10 years. So that's a long time. Yeah, and we haven't done anything to the exterior of the hull quite yet. Besides to here and to here, which is visible, but just the middle portion, that is,
Time
just
to do it.
Weathered. So we have two weapons to attack this with. One kindly donated by Sia Abrasives, and the other one by Total Boat. So I'll dive to those in a second. But first, how do you go about it? Why not? So the hull is gel coat, original from the factory. It's not paint. What is gel coat? Gel coat is polyester resin, so it's the same resin that the fiberglass is impregnated with, except that it doesn't have fibers in it, so it's just a resin with a pigment instead, and you can choose whatever pigment. Gel coat can be any color. One big difference to paint is that it has a thicker film thickness, so there is more on the surface, basically. I personally prefer gel coat over paint if you already have it, if it's there. Gel coat is easy to apply into a mold, and then you extract the product from that mold and the gel coat is perfect. A scenario where it's harder though is to apply gel coat afterwards on a large surface and make it look good, because gel coat is thicker in viscosity, but the challenge is that if you do a big surface, you apply it with a thick brush, and then you were to apply another coat or a third coat just to make sure that you have an even amount everywhere, and then it's a really arduous task of sanding everything down perfectly with the consistent anxiety of sanding through everywhere, because we don't have X-ray vision, so you have to be really methodical of sanding everything to perfection until it's flat and smooth, while ensuring that you have kept an exact thickness throughout. So that is the challenge, and that is why if anything is done to a hull afterwards, paint is a lot easier. So how to make your old gel coat look good again? Well, basically it comes down to polishing it. You have that pretty thick layer which has oxidized on the surface, but if you remove a little bit, it's like what is it with like face creams and stuff that have
exfoliation? It's
exfoliation. That's exactly it. So you're bringing the boat to the beauty salon. So that needs to be done here. So I'll do this with all these little spots before sanding. So what are we doing? We are gonna sand first with very fine grit. We're gonna use 1500. Sia sent us these nice discs, and they are on a foam pad, which just ensures even pressure. It doesn't dig in. That's really what it's about, because you We want to remove a little bit, but still with a lot of care. We don't want to sand through. Dry sanding versus wet sanding, I don't really have a take there. It's just personal preference. I believe, yes, wet sanding is maybe a little less harsh, but it really comes down to the grit, because you can dry sand with 1500 or you can wet sand with 800 grit. It comes to a similar thing. So I opted to do dry for now, and you can already see, well, on camera it's hard to pick up, but I sanded with 1500 this area.
Yeah.
And it already looks glossier and shinier than the rest of the hull. And here instead I left a square that is very oxidized and matte. So that was more to try to get it on camera, which is very difficult though. So I'll continue, I'll sand all of it, the whole hull, and then afterwards the polishing comes to play. So let's unpack that.
Okay.
Huge thanks to Total Boat for sending this over. This is their complete polishing kit. Now, buffing with a machine is not something that is necessary every season. That's more something that comes into play when the gel coat is really tired and matte looking and it has lost its gloss. Once you restore the shine back, then what I do though every season is hand polishing. That is much easier, and yeah, that extends the life of the buffing job you just did as well. But now on this boat, it has been standing out for a long time. It has not been done. The gel coat is really matte, has zero gloss to it. So by even doing sanding first and then the buffing, this is the most aggressive step that we could take now to bring it back to shine. It's been really amazing to have Francois help with this task. It is time consuming, it is hard on the muscles. Francois is a hard-working guy, he doesn't know being sore, and yeah, I was able to move on with some other tasks at the same time, so thanks Francois.
My eyes, there must be more for seeing. And I know that everybody's dreaming. They grow like titans, or it seems. And I know, I must be planted for a reason. And if you could be my open skies, and I could be a wildflower. Yeah, I could be a wildflower. And underneath the sea of stars, I'll bloom to make it through to where everything could be ours.
Hi, Dini.
Hello!
So hull is getting polished outside. Aren't we lucky
Yes.
to have Francois helping?
Oh, absolutely.
And what are you doing right now?
Well, the shed is coming down real soon. Haven't we
Yeah.
talked about this before?
Yeah.
We have. So yesterday I also spent time moving things into the container,
Yeah.
just organizing again, because that will less be a storage room now, but also where I will work a little more since it is covered.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, I'm doing the last touches on waterproofing the cabin top. So it is actually waterproof. I'm just installing the latches and hinges. I bought a new hinge, so I'm looking for the screws. Yeah, details like that.
You could be my open skies, and I could be your wildflower. You could be my open skies. You could be my open skies. You could be my open skies.
It's really awesome to see the hull shining again, especially when you get the contrast. We did only one side, and then you can still see how matte the other one is, because when you see something new, sometimes you get used to it rather quickly, and you forget the comparison really, but when you see it by side, it's really striking. So yeah, super happy with the gloss, and in fact, we're a little later than when it actually happened right now, and we got asked a couple of times if we just freshly painted the hull. So isn't that a compliment? So it's time for last minute preparations. I might seem a little funny or talk funny, but when don't I? No, but I had a dentist visit this morning, so half of my face is numb. So yeah, last minute preparations. Francois is finishing the polishing on starboard side. He has done an entire pass with the buffing machine and with the rubbing compound after doing a pass with the Mirka, and now he's putting on the finishing compound. So that's the final touch. I guess one could wax afterwards, but we'll leave that for later. And I am getting ready to put a coat of varnish on the butterfly hatch, since the next step this afternoon is going to be start taking care of the shed and start removing the outer layer. But this varnish cures really quickly, so I can put on a coat now, maybe one after lunch, and hopefully not get too much debris in it since it cures so quick. I feel ready for the shed to come down. Not if it was in the time frame when they actually told us, but since now some time has elapsed, yeah, I was able to do all I wanted and more, so timing's good. I'm so excited to stand back and see the boat in the open.
I got myself into a little situation, and I can't seem to get away from it. Ooh, I got to break free from all this bad luck that's been following me, and it's time to move on. It's just a little too long now. Now, flying through the clear blue sky, ain't nothing gonna bring me down. And now I spread my wings to fly. It's time to move on. It's just a little too long. Nothing gonna keep me down, because I'm breaking free now. And I can't stop moving. I gotta get back into it. Oh, shake it, baby. You gotta shake it off and move on. Yeah, shake it, baby. Oh, now I feel the freedom. It's in the way I move my hips. Oh, girl, can you hear me? Hear the words that fall from my lips. They fall from my lips. Fall from my lips. Nothing gonna keep me down, because I'm breaking free now. And I can't stop moving. I gotta get back into it now. Yeah, nothing gonna keep me down, because I'm breaking free now. Oh, I'll never stop moving. Won't you shake it, baby? You gotta shake it off and move on.
This refit has been marked by a few really big chapters. There was obviously the starting chapter, which was in the USA, and even that one was divided into different chapters as we had to keep coming and going due to the demands of the visitor's visa. The USA chapter was such an amazing one, and despite the stress of the visitor visa, which was quite a bit of stress, everything else about being in the States was so wonderful. We were staying with the loveliest people, and we had the most amazing setup to work on the boat, and it was really, really, really good to be there. But eventually the stress of the visitors visas, I think, did wear on us, and decided to move the boat up to Canada and, you know, start on something new in an actual boatyard, which also has its pros, right? Like now we're able to just hire a crane and come and put the mast up, where that would have been a lot more difficult where we were in the USA. Now the shed's down, and the shed's coming down, and that's a whole new chapter again with new scenery. The videos change up, and it's kind of exciting to have all these different moments throughout the refit. The weather keeps getting better. We keep getting closer and closer to some kind of end result. And yeah, it's all happening. Look at that! You happy, Jeannie?
Oh, it's not quite like we're in the water, but yeah. It's a step closer.
One step at a time.
Well, it's kind of cool to see the sky again.
Yeah.
It looks more than a boat. It looks more like a boat than when.
Than before.
Yeah. Than
Yeah.
before, exactly.
Coming out of its beauty hibernation.
Exactly.
Exactly.
When the shack came out horrible.
Coming up, let's have a beer.
Okay, let's do it.
Cheers.
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 You too.
Thank you. Nice. Well, it's pretty dark out here now, so the camera's struggling, but
Cheers
we're
to
not
everybody
struggling.
for helping us arrive here.
yes,
Yes.
that's a good toast, Deanie. That's very true. Cheers to all of you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Crack your beer.
Mine, yeah, it's not open, but thank you.
All right.
There we go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Santé. Santé.
Santé.
Go, Magic Carpet, go.
Ooh,
That's
that's
good.
a nice beer.
Yeah, good choice.
Well, that's it. A brand new video is going to follow next week when the sun rises on Magic Carpet the following morning, and we have a brand new view of what she looks like without the shell of a shed around her. A butterfly slowly being reborn. It's pretty exciting to see. Huge thank you for being here. An extra big thank you to the folks whose names are now appearing on screen for always going the extra mile to make sure that Magic Carpet keeps being produced. Really, really big thank you to all of our patrons. You guys keep the channel going, and we could not be more grateful for it. Thank you. If you are interested, you can join Patreon for as little as $2 a month, and in exchange, we provide behind the scenes every single week a little walkthrough video of the boat in real time. Very different from the YouTube videos, which are not real time. But yeah, just a real-time update of what we're thinking about, what we're working on. And those are exclusive to Patreon, never published anywhere else. Huge thank you again. Leave a comment letting us know what you think. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe. We'll see you all next Friday. Bye, everyone.